What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Top Gun Maverick movie review and breakdown. The original Top Gun was by far and away one of my favourite movies of all time as a kid, and as I burned out my VHS copy, it was the most macho and coolest film to me, and I was hesitant that when the sequel was announced, as while Tom Cruise has time and time again proved he has still got it with Mission Impossible, legacy sequels can be, a bit of a hit and miss. The original followed Maverick as he went to fighter weapons school, aka Top Gun, after his wingman had bugged out in an encounter at the start of the movie. This meant that he was then sent there, and many people were unhappy that he got sent there. He and his co-pilot Goose arrived instantly, and he kind of hit it off with the consultant astrophysicist Charlie, played by Kelly McGillis, who he didn't know who she was and found out the next day at training. This is almost exactly the same as where the trainees roast the old man for him to only be their teacher. The exercises in the original ran rather similar, with dogfighting training going below the hard deck, which isn't allowed, like he and Hangman did, and Hangman in the movie abandons his wingman to go and take out an instructor, but is ultimately taken out. Despite his insubordination, he is gifted and is one-on-one with Iceman, who we saw in the sequel, for the prime Top Gun position. This mirrors Rooster and Hangman, which was a nice touch. Now, Rooster, like Maverick, needed to gain self-confidence after Maverick's co-pilot Goose's death, which was the father of Rooster. And over the course of this movie, it really does touchingly develop their relationship, which is fractious at best. Now, in the original, he did go on to form a relationship with Charlie, but after graduation is deployed to a crisis situation, and him and Iceman take out MiGs, which is where Maverick took down 3 MiGs in an F-14 comes from. The movie opens with the exact same opening from the first with the aircraft carrier, but we cut to Maverick, who is now a test pilot and, acts like a Maverick and ends up crashing a test plane. He's saved by Iceman, who, he went on to become best friends with his rival there. While he became a commander, Maverick stayed as a captain, and he is sent to train graduates on the hardest mission the Air Force seems to have ever run, to take out a rogue nuclear reactor, which could be either Iran or North Korea. Interesting. But the mission is tough, and he returns to the bar from the first movie, where he sang many songs like You've Lost That Loving Feeling. We meet his new love interest, Penny, played by Jennifer Connelly. I imagine in an ideal world this would have been Kelly McGillis, which was Charlie from the original, but we learn they've been on and off again for many years. He's fought in Bosnia, Iraq, and many other places over the years. I did think the first movie, I was like, I want to know more about this guy. I want to know more about his career, and little did I know, many years later, we'll get the sequel. The flood of Top Gun graduates who have been assigned back for training is almost identical to the first, with the egos incredibly high, but the next day they're brought back down to earth, similar to when our boy mentioned the inverted negative G dive. Now, there's absolute clear friction with him and Goose's son, played by Miles Teller, who's an absolute standout here. And the tension is great as they start dogfighting, similar to the first, where Maverick and Rooster go below the hard deck and leaves his wingman as they need to choose 6 pilots to join the mission. After some chemistry issues, they play sport on the beach, similar to volleyball from the first one, and they have a lot of chemistry as he continues his relationship with Penny, but Rooster struggles with their simulated mission, which is incredibly tough. Eventually the mission does get pushed forward, and it gets heated as Hangman goads Rooster about his dad and being hesitant, while we learn that Maverick requested, at the request of his late wife, the application for Rooster to join the Naval Academy to be pulled out. Yes, eventually the mission gets changed as there is almost a death there, and another plane crashes as the run up to the mission to blow up the reactor there is a lot longer, but this would mean that the guys doing the mission are more than likely going to die as advanced fighters take them on in a dogfight. Now, it's interesting as they go into the mission with Rooster being given the role, and Maverick, who proved that the mission can be done, well, he goes on to be team leader, leaving Penny after saying he wouldn't go. Now, I thought this bit where they go in to take the targets out was incredibly tense, incredibly engrossing, which is a testament to the pacing and the way the movie is shot. I was expecting cheesy action like the first, but was surprised as this movie, in my opinion, surpasses the first. Just like the original, Maverick does save his wingman, who also returns the favour, and we get, to my surprise, a behind enemy line situation where pilots are shot down, and the movie is also pretty darn funny at times as they steal an old F-14 Tomcat, the same one that Maverick flew with Goose, Rooster's dad, before taking out 3 enemy pilots, and Hangman comes to save the day. I was on the edge of my seat throughout, and this movie was an absolute joy from start to finish. A superb movie, and Tom Cruise is just the man in this movie. He has got effortless charisma from top to bottom, from left to right. He is Maverick, and I hate to say it, in an era of reboot sequels and legacy sequels, man, I want Miles Teller to continue on and make more of these movies. But hey, let me know what you think. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.